You already know what time it is, man. Today we're going to be talking about dropouts and snitches. I don't know if you're from the East Coast or the West Coast, but we got different names for them down here compared to where it is in other places. So sit back and tune in, and I'm going to let you know the difference between the two. Let's do it. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitches with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Also, make sure your notification bell is placed on all instead of personalized. Therefore, you get notified anytime I drop a video over here. Alrighty, y'all. So for today, I'm gonna be talking about dropouts and snitches. A lot of people already know what it means, but there are plenty of people that drop in my comments what I think about them, what's the difference between them, why they're called that, etc. So for this one here, I'm gonna be breaking it down from an East Coast point of perspective, because one thing I will let you know is not every slang and terminology is the same all around the world. You understand? I know on the West Coast, when it comes to, dropouts is what they're called. You understand? And down here on the East Coast, that isn't what they're called. I never heard the word dropout until I became a prison genre YouTuber. You understand? And learned a little bit about the West Coast. Down here, we got a different name for somebody like that, and they're called plates. Okay? Plates. Like something you eat off of. And the reason that they're called that is because they are now a plate. They are now targeted. They are now considered food. You understand? Now, what a dropout and what a plate is somebody that was once in an organization, was once part of a gang, that was involved in gang activity, was once loyal to a damn set, but they are no longer loyal or participating in the gang. They are no longer a part of the gang. They don't want nothing to do with the gang no more, so they're dropping out. They're no longer trying to be affiliated. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're called dropouts. You see what I'm saying? And then on the East Coast, they're called plates. But the same thing, afterwards can apply for both of those on the East Coast or the West Coast. Once they become a plate down here on the East Coast or a dropout on the West Coast, they become targeted by the gang. And not just the gang alone, but they can also be targeted by the gang sergeants, like the gang officers. The task force can make it easily to where they can be touched by other people who were in a gang, who are still in a gang. And on the West Coast, I know they got, PC yards. They got dropout yards. They even got a little gang they put together, the 2-5ers up there, that are filled with people that once dropped out of gangs that are no longer in that no more. Now, on the East Coast, we don't have that. We don't have dropout yards or plate yards, you understand? They drop out or they become a plate, they're just wanted, which means no matter where they go, it can follow them. Now, they can get put on PC temporarily, but there isn't no individual PC yards. So if they get put on PC, they'll be in a regular confinement dorm with regular inmates. Just their cell might have a piece of paper on it that lets it know this is a PC cell. But other inmates who are part of gangs or who the gang sergeants, are involved with will purposely put them other inmates on PC in order to get at them. You understand? There's people that literally PC up to get their hands on a plate or someone that you would consider a dropout that's on the West Coast. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people misconfuse dropouts and plates with snitches. Now, the difference between the two is a snitch can be anybody. You understand? It don't matter if you're a gang member, a non-gang member, if you're just white, black, Spanish. You could be anything. A snitch is someone that's a rat, someone that told on someone, cooperated with the police, you understand, or helped somebody get in trouble. You know, that's the difference between that. And those are everywhere. Those are on the East Coast and the West Coast. And I'm pretty sure they got the same names globally. Everybody knows the difference between those. You understand? Now, the way that the time is when it comes to being someone that was a rat inside of prison, same thing occurs, but not just the gang is after you. You understand? Everybody can be after you. You feel me? It ain't got to be just the gang and just the gang sergeants or the gang task force. It could be any inmates. It could be every gang. It could be inmates that aren't in a gang. You understand? Especially if you're someone that told on somebody that was affiliated or cooperated with the police at all. You see what I'm saying? I've firsthand, with my own eyes, seen people get attacked and harmed just for being in the police's face too much. Just for being cool with an officer too much. And things start happening in the dorm. People's antennas go up. They start thinking, oh, maybe he's the snitch. Maybe he's the one that's talking to the guards. And I seen one get stabbed up over that. I also seen someone get knocked out right in front of the captain's office. He was the captain's orderly. And I seen him get knocked out when a line was walking by to go to chow. Someone jumped out of the line, knocked him straight out right in front of the captain's office, got right back in line, blended in. Just because they were friendly with who they worked for, you see? So it's always a bad thing to be in front of the police's face all the time, talking too much and acting too cool, because everybody on the outside looking in, off rip. When things start shifting and going sour in the dorm, they start doing random shakedowns or people start getting caught with things, and they're gonna off rip think the person who was in the guard's faces the most is the rat, you see? And that follows you just as well as if you're a plate. You see, you could become a plate for being a rat. You get what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to you finally getting caught up with whether you're considered a plate or a rat or a dropout or whatever you want to call it, you will be dealt with violently. You see, it isn't like they're going to just talk to you or talk about, oh, well, you know, let me know what really happened. It don't go like that. People are trying to harm you and hurt you. You see what I'm saying? And my opinion, from all the things that I seen happen, all the people I seen that were a plate, all the people that I seen were snitches, I feel like 9 out of 10 deserved it, okay? And the reason I'm going to say 9 out of 10 is because everyone who snitched, everyone who told the police or helped the guards, you know, find stuff on inmates or get people in trouble, I feel like they all deserved it. And the reason for that is because you know where you're at, you know where you landed, you know why you're in prison, you know you're going to be around crime, you obviously committed a crime to be in here with everybody else. So why get your foot in and why tell on people? You understand? Now, if you're one of them people that is a civilian on the streets and you know you don't break the law and you're a tax-paying citizen or whatever you want to call it, and somebody breaks into your house or something and you call 911, you're kind of like excluded from being a snitch. You feel me? Because you ain't that type of person. You're not a gang member. You're not somebody in the streets. You're just a civilian that called 911 because someone broke into your shit. See what I'm saying? Now, when you're someone that plays that thug life or is involved with that thug life or commits crimes with people and does things with people and then tells on them people, you're a rat and you get whatever's coming to you, you deserve. You see what I'm saying? Now, the reason that I said 9 out of 10 is because not everybody who's plated deserves to be plated, okay? And I'm going to explain to you why. The gangs are so messed up that there are reasons that you could be a gang today and not one tomorrow, you know? And sometimes it's either right or wrong, you understand? And a lot of times people get plated that aren't wrong. You get what I'm saying? They could be real soldiers to their organization. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you a couple things that I seen firsthand that I thought was flawed when it came to gangs. I had a homeboy of mine that was affiliated. I won't really say his nation, but he was affiliated, and one of his brothers put a hit on another brother of theirs. So he went and told the head. He told the head, hey, you know, such and such just put a hit on such and such behind the head's back. So what do? They end up, you know, calling a meeting, bringing the one forward who was the one that supposedly put the hit. and my dog Forward and everything like that. They were, you know, both affiliated at the time. They end up taking that dude's crown, you know, making him not a gang member no more. The one that put the hit on the brother. You know, they made him not a king no more, you know. Made him not a gang member no more. You feel me? Next thing you know, he gets transferred later on. He lands at an institution. A few years later, my dog lands at that same institution. But before he went to that institution, he went to another institution. There was a riot, a war. He got transferred again. Landed at the same institution that the dude he told the head on, now he has power. He's the head at this camp. So when my dog lands at that camp and finds out who the head is, that head ordered all the other brothers to try to flip him and to take his rank and make him not affiliated no more. So by the time I met my homeboy, he wasn't affiliated no more. And that was the reason why. You see? So he did nothing wrong. He was a loyal gang member. He felt like it was flawed. One brother was putting a hit on another one. So he brought that shit to the head. Because if they would have found out about it and then knew, he was just as wrong as that individual. See? When you're in a gang, you can't just sit back and observe. And you have to report certain things. You feel me? And if you think that's telling, well then, you know, every gang member done reported something to their head. You see? So obviously that isn't considered telling. You feel me? That's all what gang members do. They all report certain things. If you think about it, you know, so, but knowing if he would have knew and seen it go down and not say nothing, then it comes out about it happening and then they go to seeing which brothers knew about it and he was one, he was just as wrong. He could have been not a gang member for that, you see? So what he did was right. And then he landed where that dude had power now, and now they got him. You feel me? And then when I met him, he was no longer a gang member. And he was so heartbroken by it because he was a real loyal soldier to the organization. You see what I'm saying? And he used to tell me, like, he's been in life-death situations over this, and he can't believe as much that he put in, as much of a soldier he was, how thorough he was, that they would do that. You see what I'm saying? That's one situation. Another situation where somebody was plated was they were on the streets. Them and their real brother were the same gang. They were both repping the same thing. They had beef with people on the streets. The organization had beef. Not just these two people, but their organization. There was a home invasion. The other people broke in, shot them, boom, boom, boom. Ended up killing the dude's brother. The person I know's brother died behind it. He got shot in the stomach and everything too. He comes to prison. While he's in prison, you know, he can barely walk, his stomach's still messed up and everything, it's still wrapped up. They wanted him, when he was in the hospital, his own gang came to him and told him, you need to take care of that. And he's like, okay, put the boys together and y'all handle up. You know, I'm in the fucking hospital. I'm cuffed to a bed. They're watching me. I can't do nothing myself. I need y'all boys to handle up. It's time for y'all to handle up. They say, nah, you need to do it. And he's like, what you mean? They were like, that's your brother, you do it. He's like, yeah, but he's part of y'all set too. So y'all need to ride for your brother. And then since he didn't want to be a crash dummy, he said, I know the police are watching me. They've came and visited me in the hospital and done told me, man, we're watching you. You better not retaliate. We know who did this to you and got your brother, you know? So he didn't do the mission because he was like, I'm not going to crash on purpose. They supposed to slide for me. I've been in prison 3 times as this gang. I've been rocking with this gang forever. So since he didn't slide when they told him to, he felt like it was wrong that they ain't sliding. They were trying to just send him on a dummy mission. He said, to hell with it. I ain't sliding. So they made him not a gang member no more. So when he came to prison, them boys wanted him to cover his tattoos, and they treated him like he was a nobody, like he wasn't shit, like he's lucky they ain't wetting him up. And he had more rank than all them boys that was at the institution at the time. See, to me, I felt like he ain't wrong. You see, I felt like you're hot. The police know you just got shot. You're in handcuffs in the hospital. You can't do nothing. It's on them boys. Since he's part of y'all's gang, yeah, he's your blood brother, but he's not just your blood brother. He's your blood and gang brother, but he's their gang brother. And when you're in a gang, certain people supposed to slide, but them boys ain't want to get arrested. So they felt like since the police are already on them, you know, we'll just have him do it. Boom, boom, boom. Get 2 birds with 1 stone. That'll get the police officer to think it was between them and not us. You see what I'm saying? I feel like he wasn't wrong to, like, you know, get X'd out of the gang. I feel like he was kind of right, you know. That's flawed. Them boys ain't rock like they should have. You know, and I've seen this plenty of times inside of prison. I've seen people stab people. I've seen people get people off the compound. Faithful soldiers rocking out, you know, every single day mobbing the compound with a knife. For those that don't know, you get caught with a knife, that's 60 days in the box. And I've seen people mob the pound every single day with a knife. You know, risk every single day. That's riding dirty every single day. Stab a couple people, whatever their gang tells them going on. They go over there, they flip them, they airlift them, the helicopter comes faithfully. And then when one thing happens to that individual and they're in confinement, I've seen their brothers leave them in the water. If someone like got the best of that inmate now, their brothers are supposed to rise and take care of that. While the brother who got hit up or stabbed or, you know, got hit on camera or got attacked in front of the guards, that's in confinement. He's basically got his hands tied because he's in the box, so he can't really do nothing. That's when them boys are supposed to slide and handle up now. You know, as much work as he's put in when he was on the pound. And I've seen gangs turn their head and just lead them boys in there. You know, that's how it is. But I've also seen gangs rock too. So it isn't like they're all like that, you understand? And for anybody who's in a gang knows this saying right here. Every brother is not your brother. And that's facts. You got some that are gonna rock, some that aren't. Some that are gonna handle up after the situation, some that are gonna leave you in that water. And that's how it is, you feel what I'm saying? And I've seen some people plated that would be considered a dropout that don't deserve to be plated, you understand? I had a couple other homeboys that were bloods and their head blood became a dub. He became fake, you know? And there was like a thing, a word to eat every single person that was a part of that set. He became a dub, like they made it to where he told or whatever he did, so it made everybody up under him became dubs, became fake. So it was like time to go get all them boys, stab all them boys up. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, a couple of them boys were plates because of a move someone that made them a gang member made, you see? And then he was in confinement. So he didn't even send word to them boys on the compound to let them know what was coming. So then that's when you see all them boys from the other gangs, from the other blood sets, mob the compound and sneak up on them boys and just wet them up. Had a war for like 3 days. Got them all off the compound. You see, I feel like them boys who didn't know didn't deserve to be a plate. You see? But it's like, I ain't finna rock with y'all boys. My head's in the box right now. My head's telling me this is what I need to do. This who brought me home. He telling me, man, go this way. Do this, do that. Y'all talking about, come over here, do this, do that. I gotta go with what my head's saying. And in reality, my head ain't telling me what's about to come. He didn't tell me about the storm. He didn't tell me that he's back there starting a war on the door to the other head of the gangs. Saying this what it is, this what it is, this what it is, yeah, this, that, this and that, watch. Boy, you dead. When we catch you, you dead. You know, and then them people who are knowing of the threats or the other head gang members are sending word to their brothers, be on the lookout, attack, do this, do that, do that. But the one who's putting word and starting the war ain't even sending word over there to his soldiers out there to let them know what he's starting. So we on our way to Chow, and I'll never forget, we walk into Chow, and there's a bunch of people coming over there with knives. They pull out and start chasing these motherfuckers in the dark. This was around the time when time changed to where, you know, it got dark an hour earlier. So it's getting dark and you just see people running. You can't tell who's who because it's dark out right now. And now these boys are chasing each other. This one dude named Jimmy, they called him Jimmy because that was his name, but his nickname was 40. He had 40 years, young jit. He was like a threat. He was one of their main threats. He didn't even know it was coming. They ran up on that boy. Come here. Stabbed him up. Airlifted him. Got him up out of there. You know, chased the other people to their dorms. You feel me? Like, that's what's going on. These dudes didn't really know. You feel me? That's why I say 9 out of 10 when it comes to being plated. You feel me? Because they don't always deserve to be a plate. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I got plated one time. Believe it or not. I ended up knocking out a GD one time. And then their head, even though I talked to him and everything like that, he low-key tried to put a hit on me. You feel me? While smiling in my face. You know, then I ate some Xanax and shit, and word got to me, and I went over there and tried to handle up the situation myself. I kept thinking I was finna get stabbed, so I didn't want to feel nothing, so I was eating bars. And then I went over there and boom, boom, boom. And the people I was rocking with at that time told me to come to rec. I was like, man, I ain't trying to go to rec right now. It's hot as hell out there. So the people I was cool with kind of like amped me up. Like, they didn't even tell me what was going on, but they knew these boys was finna try to attack me on the rec yard. So they were trying to get me out there at rec just so it can all come out, but they didn't want to tell me that they were gonna attack me because they know I would have been like, what? And I would have started some shit before rec. So instead, they come in there and they tell me, come on, man, time to go to rec. And I said, man, I ain't going out there. They're like, look, G shit. They were like, Frog, you don't come out there with us, we all finna jump your ass. And they were laughing about it, and I was laughing too, and I was like, yeah, all right. You know, and I ended up going. Not because they said that, but it was more because I felt like they really wanted me to go, I guess. You know, it was like we were joking the whole time, but they really meant that. We go out there, we chilling and shit, everybody playing basketball. Some dudes try to run up on me with knives to try to wet me up because I had knocked out one of their brothers before, you feel me? But I had the right to, you know what I'm saying? And then when it happened, they come running up. All my dogs that are part of other gangs and people that aren't affiliated that got knives all raise up and surround them boys and stop them before it all went down. And then I ran over there, man, what y'all boys got going on? And then that's when we found out who put the hit on me, who tried to plate me, low-key behind my back. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. I didn't deserve to be a plate at that time. You feel me? That shit got all cleared up. But it was more of like my dogs that were part of gangs and people I knew, you know, had to get involved, you know. It was like, okay, you want to plate me. I'm one of them white boys that are cool with everybody. So it's like, you want to plate me because of some shit I did, but I had the right to do it, you know. But now I got 4 gangs rising with me because I got homeboys in every organization. So now all these organizations is back there like willing to rock. So it's like, do you want your one gang to go to war against these, and these? You feel me? And it died down, you know. But I still was, you know, ready for whatever. I didn't think it died down. I still lived and carried myself as if it was coming. You know, I was prepared for it. You get what I'm saying? You never know when it's coming either, you see? So certain people will get plated at situations when they don't even deserve it. You get what I'm saying? Now, when they're dropouts on the West Coast, if they debrief, if they become someone that debriefs, and they like gave up all the information about the gang and broke down everything that they know and stuff like that, then of course they definitely deserve to be, you know, plated. They deserve to be wanted by that. You know what I'm saying? Them dropouts that debrief, they give up everything. It looks like they infiltrated the organization. You know, at first when they were with the organization, it looks like they were playing up under the system, you know, trying to like beat the system and rock and roll with, you know, the gang. But then once they, you know, drop out and debrief, now it looks like to the gang, bam, like you just played up under us this whole time. You were faking it with us, really. You used our loyalty and our, you know, our royalness to your extent to where you needed it, and then now you just straight, you see what I'm saying? So them type of people, they deserve what they got coming for them. You know what I'm saying? And while I was locked up, some of the people that got plated, a lot of them did deserve it. You know, they would do things, but not everybody feels like they're wrong. You know, there's gonna be people that always feel like they're right. You know, it might be something you stand for. You gotta literally, when you're in a gang or you're in that lifestyle and you're participating in anything, you gotta go against the grain of what you truly believe in sometimes, just to prevent yourself from becoming a plate. So think about it. If this is what you stand for your whole life, and this is what it is, this is what you truly believe, you ain't gonna wanna go against that, you know? So you defending what you truly believe might be the opposite of what your gang is expecting. So you gotta pick one or the other, dog. And it doesn't matter if you've been a gang member 10, 15, 20 years, and you've been around these same brothers of yours for 10, 15, 20 years, getting money together, going through wars together, violently doing acts together, hanging out, whatever it is together, None of that shit matters. The day you slip and the day that you go against the grain, you feel me? And it could be something you feel like you're not wrong about. It could be something simple. You can run into somebody in prison that did something to a loved one of yours on the streets. And you could be like, damn, that's that boy right there that just killed my little cousin, bro. That's him, bro. You know, someone you personally know. And your gang could tell you, he's off limits. And you're going to be like, what? And then now you feel like, what you mean he's off limits? And then you feel like, man, look at the, you know, everything we got, bro. You really finna like, not like back me to get him together. You're going to be like, he's off limits and tell me I can't touch him. And then, you know, you're going to dead ass feel like they're wrong. You're right. And you're going to do that. And you'll be like, your gang, you know, you might feel like y'all got so much history that they're going to, you know, not take it that serious on you if you do that. Whatever, then I'll just eat the violation. I'll rock a V, I'll get a violation and do it. And then really, since you went against the grain, they want to kill you now. And not just give you a violation. They want to make you not a gang member no more. You see? Now you're a plate. You see, that's why I say not everybody that gets plated deserves it. Because me personally, I feel like that individual who does that should do that. If that's who killed your people on the streets and you know him personally and y'all got beef from the streets, you come in there, no other man, no other person, no other organization that isn't a part of what y'all had going on prior to being locked up should be able to tell you no. That's how I look at it. They should be willing to rock with you. Like, okay, yeah, he's off limits, y'all. Oh, he did what? Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Scratch that, y'all. You know, he was off limits, but since he did, you know, our brothers, peoples, and, you know, let's everybody go get him. That's how I think it should be done. But sometimes money rules everything. So he might be a playmaker. He might be somebody that, he might have been at another institution and been running up under a high-end gang member. So now the gang members at this institution got word from that gang member at the other place. Yeah, I'm going to send someone down there. Y'all make sure y'all look after him. This. Yeah, say no more. I got you. Love. And then bam, next thing you know, it's him. And then one of them be like, man, that's the dude that killed him. And you see? And now you're like trying to keep your cool with the head of the other camp. So you're like, hey, bro. You know, like, bro got to be, you know, he's protected. He can't really be fucked with. You know? Because look at it. What if that was your head at another camp? Telling you, I'm sending someone down there, you make sure no one messes with him, he's protected. I got you. Say no more. You're doing what you're told by your head, by the person who brought you home, your big homie or whatever it is. And then when they, boom, next thing you know, one of your brothers that are up under you want to harm him because of something he did on the streets. So now you're going to feel like you're right to stop it, because you need to stop it because if you gave your big homie the word. You're doing what you're told. If not, you could be plated. So now you're trying to not make you be plated by preventing it. But him, your brother, he don't want to hear that. So then he does it anyway. So now the only way to clear it up with your big homie is you gotta, you know, plate your own. Just to see, it's like a dirty dog eat dog world. That's why I say that, y'all. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody that's a plate deserves to be a plate. But I just want to come on here, y'all, and let y'all know and talk to y'all about dropouts and snitches. Snitches are the easiest thing to talk about because it's common sense. Everybody knows when somebody's got whiskers, they'll have whiskers forever. You get what I'm saying? That shit doesn't just go away. You understand? Once a rat, always a rat. Dropouts and plates. Sometimes people drop out of gangs and some people become plates when they don't deserve to. But I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know the difference of how it is on the West Coast compared to the East Coast. I ain't talking that much about the West Coast because I'm from the East Coast. But I do know what we have and what we do not have. And that is dropout yards. You know, we don't have strictly yards for dropouts. And we don't even call them dropouts. We call them plates. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to come on here and break it down and talk to y'all about the two. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, if y'all have ever came across a dropout, a plate, a rat, a snitch. If you've ever seen somebody get wanted by their own gang and they were in the right, share it in the comment section. Let people know, because I know there's plenty of people out there that do things that they're right about, but the way gangs work, sometimes they don't want problems themselves, or problems with the higher power, that they'll just charge it to the game and get you out of the gang like you were just a way to cover up the conclusion of the problem. That's how it goes. That's why I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about that. But anyways, man, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tune into the next video. Like I always say, keep them rat squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers, lying ass motherfuckers on YouTube. Keep them out your circle, man. And until next time, this the one and only, I am my team, Frog.